What's good, y'all? Look at how nice it is outside. You know, and it's not windy, so you'll probably be able to hear me better too. About to fall. Okay, let me adjust the camera a little bit. Do a lot better this way. A lot more stable, and I can talk to you eye to eye. Okay. All right, this video I wanted to talk a little bit about. I wanted to talk to those of you who have goals or are striving towards a certain goal or are planning on making a goal, okay? Simply put, getting straight to the point, you need to keep your goals to yourself more often. And I'll tell you why. I'm not telling you to do this because of the other person you're telling. No. It has little to nothing to do with them. The reason I'm telling you to do it is because of you. I'll explain why. I'll give you an example. I want to say about a month back, I had this friend at the gym, right? And this was before I started creating content again. I have this friend, Ruben, lovely guy, very, very passionate about talking about business and investing. And I was very, very tempted. And we've talked a little while, and, you know, we've had a good time. We've gone to coffee shops, you know, and he if you want to talk about stocks investing, for me, like for beginners like me, he was definitely the guy to go to, right? And I'm still learning from him. But there came a time where he wanted to also know a little bit about me and my goals, right? And the thing I told him was, after realizing this very, very late, was I can't tell him my goals. And now you might think, well, okay, if I know this person well enough, if I, you know, trust them, why can't I tell them? And it has nothing to do with the fact that I trust them or know them or anything like that. It has nothing to do with them to begin with, like I said. It had everything to do with me. I'll tell you why. When you have certain goals, right, we have the tendency to tell people our goals and get the satisfaction of talking about them rather than doing them. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever talked about your fitness plan or your diet plan, or for me, in my case, was my content, and gotten the satisfaction and the validation of the people we really wanted to get it from? We're like, wow, look at the reaction, you know. They're smiling, they're telling me, wow, at the fact that I'm making content, that's crazy. And you know, for the longest time, I thought there was nothing wrong with that until I realized, again, you get the validation of telling the people, whether you trust them or not. You get the validation of telling them without doing the actual work. Take a minute to understand how dangerous that is. You get high off the feelings of telling people the great things you will do, but then you never end up doing the great things. See how it has nothing to do with the other person and it has everything to do with you? How you don't end up achieving the thing that you want? Because you decided to tell people and you know, get happy off of that instead of getting happy off of just achieving the goal itself and working towards it. It's a dangerous thing. And now you're aware of it. And that's exactly why I didn't tell him about the content that I was making. I didn't even tell him that I was making content. I just said I had something I was working on, but I could not tell you, because he specifically asked me, what is it? What is it that, you're doing, stuff like that. I was like, I can't tell you until it is time that I post it, that I work on it, rather than talking about it. Instead of talking the talk, I wanted to walk the walk. Because I realize you're getting all the satisfaction from the talking and none of the satisfaction from the actual walking. Now, there could be counter arguments as to why you would want to tell someone your goals. But there has to be an intention with it. There has to be a certain intention, and it has to be the intention of either somehow making that goal better or running it through someone that can make that goal better or help you modify it in some way, or help you understand what you are doing for yourself, get another perspective maybe. But do not do it for the sake of satisfying yourself. So every time you're about to tell someone what it is that you're working on or doing, sometimes I just I'll just be straight up honest. I'll be like, I'm working on something, but I'd rather just work on it than talk about it, and then I'll send it to them. Something like that. Then it's like, okay, I've actually achieved it, and now I'm showing you, rather than showing you, telling, or not even showing you, but telling you, and getting the satisfaction right then and there, and then not doing it. So make sure before you tell anyone anything, and don't let yourself cope about it, make sure there's a specific reason, and a very, very good reason, for why you're telling someone your goals. Maybe you have certain classes you want to take, or go about a certain degree plan. So you get with an advisor or a counselor. That'd be the right time. Something like that. But people who don't need to know do not need to know. Show them with your actions. Stop getting the satisfaction of just telling them, because again, it has nothing to do with them. And what's great about this is some people, and the people that you're telling, you have no control over either. You don't know if they have malicious intent, thinking that, I don't want this guy to, I pray that he doesn't reach this because he'll be better than me in some way, or something like that. But for the most part, people aren't like that. People are usually pretty happy about what it is you're doing. They're pretty happy about it. They're pretty proud of you, assuming it's something you're doing that's good for you, and not, derailing your progress. But again, be very, very cautious of who you tell your goals to, because you might just end up getting the satisfaction of talking about them rather than getting it done. Take it easy. Peace. Much love.